Bruce Leroy though.
See,
in here look like he could chop cement block.
I was getting ready to say something about Bruce Leroy, but then they were like, she's flirting with her guest.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Brother, you'll take the compliment, right?
I'll take it. Well, however I can get it. However I can get it. Keep it coming, man. Keep it coming. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about our guest.
She and I were talking off air, and now you here.
Yeah.
But yeah, we was talking about you. I think if your ear is itching.
Yeah.
Somebody talking about
my ears. Everything was itching on me, so somebody was talking about me now. Look, well, not everything.
Now we get to give it to you. We talked about you.
Yeah.
Now we go, and then when you leave, we gonna be talking about you.
Hopefully, some good stuff too, though, man.
Yeah.
Now, I'll say right now, man, I'm just not realizing why they call you Dapper D. You know what I mean? I didn't know you were suited and booted because today, like you say, man, he got his urban wear on.
Yes.
Yeah,
he got his urban
I'm
wear
surprised
today.
you noticed though.
Okay.
It was intentional. I'm vacationing right now, and I was like, you know what?
Oh, see, nice.
I'm really vacationing.
Nice.
Let's do
It's
that.
a vibe, though. It's a vibe.
Okay,
I like it.
It is a vibe.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I could see him in Florida
Yeah.
with his matching shorts,
Absolutely.
and his sandals. It's like, you know what I'm saying. I can see him all dappered up and down by the beach stuff.
Yeah.
straw hat.
Straw hat.
Yes,
fedora.
Look,
Panama Jack.
Speaking of vacations, I need to take one myself, man, so I can live vicariously through you at least right now.
Brother, you working too hard?
Oh my God!
You need that get away?
It's that self-care component, man. That you know what I mean?
You can vacation now, so you can, when it comes time, you can take care of our kids.
That part. See?
His shirt says, "Reading is lit." That's what I'm talking about.
I was waiting for somebody to read it to me.
Yeah,
Because I'm not.
See, we're going to work on you, man.
I'm not lit.
So I just want to say Austin, Texas, and surrounding areas, and Washington and D.C. and looks like Germany has already kicked in today.
Oh, guten Morgen.
So, I want to say, everybody, this morning I want to welcome Mr. Chris Isom to the Morning Grind Show. Ooh. How you doing, Mr. Chris?
How you doing, Miss Marla?
I'm better now.
He got the body and the voice.
I know. I was like, wow, listen to his voice.
Listen, y'all may have to put me on every Wednesday. Y'all got a spot?
Now he trying to hang out with Dapper D.
Look.
Come through, brother.
Yeah,
I mean, that's where all the hard bodies play anyway.
You
see what I did
like
there, Miss Marla?
Like Warfield Wednesday over there. Warfield
right
Wednesday.
in. Just a bunch of action figures. You fit right in with us.
I might have to come over to videos. Oh, all right. It's already recording. I ain't got
it is?
It is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm recording you guys.
Sit up straight, Chris. Sit up straight.
Right.
So, Chris, tell the world about you.
Man, where do I start?
Man,
it's a plethora of things. Now I will say this, Dapper D. Now you were saying I'm a youngster.
Yes, sir.
But I actually just turned 40 June 4th.
See, ain't nobody asked you all that.
Listen,
we don't want to know that.
I gotta say it proudly now because
that's right. No,
that makes it worse because this brother looks good. Don't worry, people. I'm going to give you the obligatory social media picture with him afterwards. But in real life, he came in. The sun is to our back right now. So the sun rays was glistening off his body. Looked like he did some prison push-ups before he came in so he could be swole. Came in, shook my hand. I heard some crack, crack, crack. It's like, brother, give me my hand back.
Honestly, Chris don't look like he have seen the insides of a jail, a holding cell.
So he don't know what a
he
prison
don't even
push-up.
Look like he even knows what it looks like.
That's good, brother.
I got to give credit to my parents. Shout out to my parents. I'm pretty sure they're listening right now.
Awesome.
And even when it comes to shaking hands, man, our father he used to have me and my brothers line up, and we used to have to practice shaking hands with him and look at him in the eyes. So
I like that.
I love him already, right?
It.
Yeah. So he's a big guy, man, 6'4", 6'5", and so I'm from Southeast Texas, Beaumont, Texas.
Okay, Beaumont.
Come on now, shout out Big Money, Texas.
They grow different down there.
Hey, listen,
Y'all
it's in the water, it's in the food.
I was getting ready to say I like going down there.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all do?
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's country boy, country nature. So just grew up, man, in Southeast Texas. Got a lot of Louisiana roots. So hence the last name Isom, which is a little bit of French Creole,
so,
a little bit of flavor.
I was just saying it's fancy.
It's fancy.
He said, "I'm gonna hit you with Chris, but I'm gonna get you with the
I
ice."
gotta get you with the ice. And I tell people all the time, they look at ISOM and they say ISOM.
no.
I'm like, nah, put a little ice on it.
Yeah, there you go.
Put a little
I like that.
You feel me? So yeah, man. So from Southeast Texas, I got a twin brother. Little did you know fact about myself? He's played professional basketball overseas as well. In Iceland, Africa, Portugal, and as well. Right now, he's in Abu Dhabi, and he started his own basketball academy out there, working with the junior NBA and the NBA as well. My oldest brother Malcolm, he's a big time coach out there in Houston, Texas. My sister, she just had a birthday July 9th. Shout out, say shout out Yolanda Richard.
Come on now,
happy birthday,
Yolanda Richard, happy birthday, girl.
I don't hate to say it, but like all my best friends are cancers.
I'm a Cancer.
All my best friends since a kid.
Come on,
And Sonia, my girl, she's a principal now in
Okay.
Chicago.
Yep.
All of them are cancers. That's so weird how that happened.
I think she's instantly our favorite Isom, but you second place. You're on the podium.
do I get honorable mention?
No, you get the silver medal.
Okay,
But you gotta watch us put the gold around her neck,
It's
though.
all love though. It's family though. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's
So
right.
He
so
did
you
it
gotta-
right.
You know
He
what I
did it
mean?
right.
That's right.
But yeah, man. So my background is in my background is in sports. When I say our parents put us in sports when we were 5 years old, so I tell people all the time I got over 30 years of like movement experience, and so we just a family oriented group of people, man. In Southeast Texas, not much to do. So all you have is God, your faith. All you have is family and your loved ones and your friends, man. And so, like you say, it's something in the water out there, man, that just keeps us close. And of course, I've been in Austin, Texas for the last 14 years, and my background is in education. So I've been in education. Come on now, speak on it. Hence the shirt, reading is
Come on
lit.
now.
But yeah, been in education for 13 years. Started out in Houston, teaching, as well as Southeast Texas Port Arthur Independent School District. Shout out to Miss LaSonia Baptiste. And then of course I've done some work out here in Austin as well, AISD. And so like I say, my background is in education as well as health and wellness. And when I say health and wellness, beyond sports, holistic health and wellness, I got a certification with the Institute of Integrated Nutrition as a holistic health and wellness coach, personal trainer, yoga instructor. And so this has been my life's work, man. And and I know we'll get to the book here in a second, but much of what I do, man, it's all been purpose driven.
Yes.
And I'm gonna tell y'all this. Y'all already know what time it is. Y'all some youngsters, but y'all get this, what I'm about to say. Man, you'll have a purpose in life, but God won't necessarily tell you how to get there.
Bam.
Yep. And man,
Bam. That's
y'all-
because he wants your mind open and listening to him.
Come on now, that part.
So you can be for that guidance.
Come on
Let
now.
the ancestors tell you, guide you.
Yeah.
Not you try to guide your own self.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Come on, because
I'm divorced 2 times because I
She don't listen.
see, she didn't listen to him.
It was there trying to guide her, and she's like, "I'm gonna do my own
I'm
thing."
gonna do my own thing.
was. Yeah, see.
9 times out of
that's
10
right.
you fail. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
So-
man, that's a little bit of a synopsis about who I am, man. And like I say, I've been out here in these streets, a lot of community work that I've been doing, my brother, and then of course in an artistic endeavor as well. So that's a little bit about me, man. But you gotta court me a little bit more and find out a little bit more, man.
Well, what I want to start with is you and I were talking off air, and I already sent the text message to my old lady, and I was like, "You gonna love this author and buy this book."
Yeah.
So we want to start right there.
Let's do it.
Because
Yeah.
on the book, you got somebody on the book that's got hair like my daughter, and ain't a lot of books that got on the front, on the cover, someone that got hair like my daughter.
That part.
What book am I referring to, sir? What are we talking
Man,
about?
let's talk about it. All right, cool, y'all. So if you think about it in general, when you think about Black, number one, 2, author,
Yes, sir.
9 times out of 10, or oftentimes you don't hear those things go together. So first and foremost, this is my first book. The book is called Vitality Quest: Unlocking Your Inner Hero. And of course, like you said, on the cover, there are people of color on this book. And so the book covers the importance of mental health and well-being, physical education, and proper nutrition for our youth and our families alike. And what I wanted to do and what I've done was create this book, man, out of my own purpose, out of my own passions, and I've used and galvanized all of my experiences to put into this book. And so when we talk about Vitality Quest, most of the time, like you said, my brother, we see superheroes that don't look like us. You know what I mean? When we talk about health and wellness, so we in the land of milk and honey when it comes to Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas, per capita, when you talk about wellness studios, is second behind New York City for the most wellness studios per capita. So where I come from, there's no Whole Foods around the corner.
Yep.
Where I come from, there is no, yoga studio, wellness studios, this, that, and the third.
Y'all ain't got no Trader Joe's.
We ain't got no Trader Joe's. Trader who? Trader what?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, and so my passion derived from playing pro ball when I left from overseas, man. I saw our people struggling from high blood pressure, diabetes, and things of that nature. And of course, with my background being with the youth, I wanted to write a book tailored toward our youth. There's a lot of stuff going on right now when we're doing a lot of self-discovery, self-reflecting. You know what I mean? But in our quest for self, we can't forget about our youth either. Because guess what? When we talk about the trends, the music that y'all play, they set the trends. The clothes we wear, they're setting the trends.
Yes.
So imagine if we can create something or inspire them in such a way that's going to take care of their mental health, that's going to take care of their body through nutrition and breathing, exercising, and things of that nature. If we can get them on that bandwidth and on that board, I think the rest will follow. And in addition to that, when we talk about the book Vitality Quest, Unlocking Your Inner Hero, it's going to make our parents and our guardians compelled to want to follow suit with our youth, because there's some smoothie recipes in the back of my book too. They can't buy the smoothies and the ingredients they sell. Some kids can't.
Right.
So it's going to make the parents have to go out, you know what I mean, purchase it themselves. You're not going to just give this information to the youth. You're going to want to practice it yourself. So holistically, we're building a better family structure. We're building a better community. And this book is an interactive book. So there's 6 short stories. There's about perseverance. There's about all kind of stuff. There's coloring pages. There's reflective questionings. There's writing prompts. There's different exercises to help regulate the nervous system. There's topics on there about ADHD and how you can use that as a superpower.
Yep.
Because in education, it will appeal for every ill type of country. So for every ill, there's a pill. So if you got a headache, there's a pill for that. If you got a backache, there's a pill for that. If I want to lose weight, there's a pill for that. But we want to say holistically, man, let's get off of that. You know what I mean? If the kids have ADHD, maybe they just super smart. You know what I mean?
Need a change in diet.
Come on.
Change in diet.
Yes.
Quit giving them all the artificial colors,
The high fructose.
candies, high fructose
That
stuff.
part.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
And man, I don't want to turn it political, but we got to get it here.
It's all,
So-
anytime you start talking about educating my kids, it's political. It's political. Because I'm saying, you being an educator, was that a big inspiration for that book? Because now you like you say, you play sports and you've been out in the world and you see us all around, but when you actually start dealing with children hands on,
That part.
and seeing the different ones and experiencing their personal life, you see it. Is that kind of what helped inspire this book a little bit?
Kinda all of the above.
Yeah.
It's smaller for sure.
Yeah.
Because man, y'all got to think, man, being in education for 13 years, and there's a mass exodus of teachers actually leaving the educational field to search for greener pastures.
Right.
And so when you think about the amount of kids that I've been able to mentor, the amount of kids that I've been able to teach, and the amount of some of these things, ADHD or whatever's in here, man, a lot of these kids have been thrown into like a special education class or been taken out of traditional education and made to feel special, but not in the great sense.
Thank you.
But in a different sense. You
And
get what I'm saying?
That's a crazy mental to a kid.
Yeah.
I've had to be an advocate. You know, it's
Absolutely.
like they don't need to be.
They don't.
in this kind of class because they could just have some issue. Found out his auntie had passed.
Yeah.
He needed some grief therapy. He needed somebody to talk to him. And, you know what I'm saying? That's why he was acting out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And to your point, Miss Marla, some of my certification is trauma informed, healing centered work. And so when we talk about these youth, man, they want somebody to hold space for them.
Yes.
They want somebody to listen to them, but also kind of more or less get on their level. Because when you think about the youth, there's a lot of what we call ACEs, right? Adverse childhood experiences.
Yes.
And and to your point, Miss Marla, like some kids I have kids right now that are calling me, Coach, I'm going home. I don't have no food.
Wow.
My parents ain't home. You know what I mean? That type of
Yes.
stuff. So we got to really truly be able to understand these youth from the inside out and holistically, because some of their behavior may be just as a result of some of the lack that they have at home.
That's right.
And if we can elevate ourselves as individuals and as adults and guardians, man, to step in for those youth, man, I think it's what better way to do that than for myself. One, write a book in a way that's palatable for them, that's easy accessible. And I say this all the time. Like I say, shout out to my family, my mother and my father. They raised us well. I'm only able to give what was given to me. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, if my parents were not there and this, that, and the third, I probably would be needing to read the book too. You know what I'm saying? I wrote this for me. But
I love it.
But I was poured into, so it's only right, man. They say give and it shall be given unto you in good measure.
Yep.
And so for me, man, it's only right that it was given to me, so I got to give it back out. And what better way to do that than with our youth? Because at the end of the day, man, when we dead and gone, they're going to be our future. You know what I mean?
Hello.
It's that part.
Hello.
And going back to the images, man. So I've been able to use an artistic, creative endeavor. So a lot of these images, every image that you guys will see, I've been able to create myself using the AI software. And so when we talk about AI, last year I started studying it. A lot of people was like, "Oh, is the world going to change and it's going to take jobs?" But I said, you know what?
It's going to take your job if you don't know it.
If you don't,
I'm sorry.
Keep going.
I'm sorry, because we done talked. We have had. I mean, because people get scared of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, you've been using AI a long time and you didn't even know it.
Long time.
Like if you sitting up there working and doing a report or whatever, and you hit the Grammarly or whatever, for it to check your work.
Yes,
that's AI.
That's
AI checking to make sure you dot your I's and you cross your T's and you spelled that word wrong. I'm sorry, I'm an AI. I work on AI, so I know they come at me all the time, like, you know, ooh. I'm like, well, it's helped me a lot.
It's helpful.
Yes.
How I got here, GPS. Think about it. Pulled it up. Come on now.
Exactly.
So we've been using GPS for a while, and look at this, y'all. Check this out. So every single thing on Earth, there's always a good and a bad to it. Yeah. It's how you perceive it. So even if we look at the automobile was created and invented. They was naysayers about that. But even with the automobile, guess what? There's pollution. Yes. There's car wrecks. There's all of that. But if we focus on that, guess what? We'll never leave the house.
Come on.
So for me, when it comes to AI software or any kind of creative and artistic endeavor, I wanted to make sure that I use this for the good. And I've used all of my experiences to put into this book, man. And I was able to use AI software to make it gravitate toward those youth. Because when you talk about mental health and proper nutrition, most youth are like, that's boring. But I wanted to make something that was engaging, something that they can get lost in, because there's so much stuff out here in this world that these kids are getting lost in.
Come on.
And the reason why I put so much in a kaleidoscope of different things in this book is because I wanted them to get lost into something that's actually inspire them and that's going to actually help change them holistically. So,
wow, beautiful. And you mentioned holistic, but you kind of left something out.
Talk on it.
Because I'm all about that. I'm sorry, I'm breathing.
See what you did there? Yeah, that's the lead in.
Yoga?
Yes.
You do yoga?
Yes.
A brother does yoga?
Because I swear I was just talking to a male friend and he was having issues like physical. And I was like, you know what? You need to think about doing some yoga and do some moves that'll help stretch out. And, you know, they were like, but black folks don't do yoga. I'm like, excuse me?
That's exactly what I was saying.
We started yoga in Kemet, not Egypt.
Kemet.
You understand? Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So check this out, y'all. I love the way she breathes. So I'm gonna tell everybody on air that's listening and everybody in the room, let's pause for a moment and we're gonna take one deep breath. We'll breathe in for 3 seconds, 2, 1, and then slowly release in 3, 2, 1. So when we talk about yoga, which simply put means union or connection, the connection with God, connection with your mind, connection with your body, connection with your breath. And so I didn't tell you guys this before we got here, but the reason why I know about the wellness studios in Austin per capita is second behind New York because I own Austin's only black-owned yoga studio. And I shut my doors down in 2021, so we weathered the pandemic. And it was called Everybody Studios. And when we talk about Everybody Studios, when y'all mention yoga, y'all say black people, but I named it Everybody. So everybody can have access to this healing modality. And so everybody, regardless of the race, the color, the creed, the socioeconomic status, whether you're abundant body or small, I think yoga is so important because it allows you to develop a relationship with yourself, God. And I think that's important because guess what? We walk around in this body every single day. What's the first thing that we do in the morning? The alarm is waking us up. We got to feed the dog. We got to take care of the kids, this, that, and the third. But if we pause and take a moment to understand who we are, where we are in our environment, do some deep introspection, I think that goes a long way. And a lot of people, the barrier to entry for a lot of people when it comes to yoga is I'm not flexible. But man, beyond that, that's not even really the whole essence of what yoga is. You can literally sit in a class and just sit in the seated position and just breathe the whole time. That's your yoga for the day. You know what I mean? You have to be okay with where you are. And I think that because society teaches us to go after this, keep going, keep moving, keep pushing. And I think there's a beauty in that, but also too, life is about balance too. And so we have to also understand, know when to sit still, when to be still, and really figure out what's going on with our inner self as well as our body. And I got into yoga, I'll say this, through fitness, because I was thinking about the body part at first, because I grew up in sports, right? But upon going into that modality, y'all, I'm telling you, man, it did so many other wonders for me that I'm like, golly, I didn't understand the benefits. And so one of my purposes and passions, y'all, to have people like us invite them more into that space as well. And so, yeah, man, when it comes to the yoga, I've been doing it for 15 years and I've been teaching for 7. Currently teaching at Flow Yoga, 10:30 a.m. every Friday morning. And also, too, have been hosting yoga in the park as well. So, yeah, man, if y'all want to
check that yoga in the park,
come through.
Chris, I got to bring you to the barbershop, bro, because I'm tired of being the only brother out here because brothers don't stretch.
You got to stretch.
When it's time to go play ball, cats just be rolling on to the court.
You wonder why
I'm off to the side. I'm doing the warm up. I got my stretching going on, and it ain't nothing but jokes. I need you, Chris.
That's crazy.
I got you,
bro. I got
Come
you.
hoop with me, man.
Now, if I dunk on your head, then
no,
you on the same team.
Don't worry. Yeah, I gotta throw you that oop.
Okay, bet.
So you can bring it down.
We cool.
That's what I do.
I gotta throw you that oop.
Chris, I want to go to something else that you kind of talked about. I coach youth sports. I told you I live here locally. I come across a lot of kids and parents that don't even understand the psyche involved with their kid, that their kid is going through right now, and that they perpetrate, that they shine that negativity on their kid. When you walk out of the studio, when you walk out off the court, the first thing you shouldn't be doing is, man, you got ripped 3 times. Somebody stole the ball from you 3 times, or you did this. It's just nothing but negativity. The kids, you strike out. Why are you crying?
Right.
At least you are on a team. Somebody didn't make it through. Remember, you had to try out for this team, right? There's people at home right now that wish they was on the team. You on the team. At least you good enough to strike out. And we got confidence in you. Like little things like that. What could you say? Because we don't have too much more time. But
hold that thought. We're going to come back on the other side.
And
you're going to give us that.
Go on the morning grind, KZI 88.7 FM, broadcasting from Austin, Texas, live. And then we kidnapped somebody from Beaumont, Texas. We brought him to the studio.
We knew that storm was going to bother you, so we had to bring you up here. And still, much love out there to my people down there in Houston and all that experiencing from that. You know, we had some bad floods and things down there. People was out of power. And hopefully they've gotten it back. Still. Wow, so much love out there.
So we were talking about the mental health when it comes to my young athletes that I come across.
But first, just in case they just tuned back in on the morning grind, here with Miss Marla and Dapper D, we have Mr. Chris Isom,
author.
I mean, he's his title. He got too many hats.
Yeah, he do.
But we are celebrating him being an author, and he is explaining to us, telling us about his awesome book. I don't want to say it wrong. Vitality Quest. There we go. Vitality Quest. Because
I am a hero. They question.
You just can't see my W. Sometimes it's an S. Because I go from Wonder Woman to Superwoman. See?
Yeah,
you know.
She wearing 2 hats now. Sheesh.
This S on my chest, I must confess.
Oh, look at her.
I'm the baddest. I'm sorry. Let's get back to
I already knew. That's Miss Marla.
Yo. Yo.
So
you better
now,
say it in
now
reverence
let's get
around
back.
these parts.
Let's get back. Go ahead.
So Chris, you're an educator. You're a certified holistic health and wellness coach, yoga instructor, former professional athlete, trauma-informed certified and mindfulness practitioner, dedicated youth mentor, which is where I wanted to hop in there. I coach a lot of individuals across a wide variety of sports, and I see a lot of toxicity from parents. I see a lot of self-hate from the kids when they fail. And brother, that can't be good mental health.
Nah, it's not, man. And so yeah, we see a lot of that because I coach AAU basketball. I also train some athletes as well, so we share that parallel.
Yes, sir.
And so, like I say, when we talk about holistically, beyond the physical aspect of things, I'm thinking holistically as far as how our parents treat our kids, how our guardians treat our kids as well, and our youth. But see, all of that goes back to, again, the self-discovery, self-reflection. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your faith in God, but also too, we have to do our own work too as adults.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how we skipped over our own, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Self-care, mental health and well-being, and then now we're trying to tell these kids to do something that we haven't even practiced. Come on, Miss Marla. Can I get an amen? Up in here?
Amen. I'll be your amen corner
See
over
what he
here.
did there. He just broke that down.
Come on now. But I do have someone on the line. Happy Friday. You're live on the Morning Grind.
Yeah, what's up? Good morning, everybody. It's your baby mama's favorite DJ Sins. What's good?
Oh, DJ Sins. DJ
Hey,
Sins.
what's up, T?
Yo, baby mama favorite DJ.
DJ Sins. I don't ask her that. I don't ask her questions I don't want to know the answer to. I don't ask her who her favorite DJ is.
Yo,
T, what's good, bro?
Appreciate the love. Not much, man. Hey, I just want to say, yo, real talk. We need to be celebrating more kings like my man Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I had a chance to read his book, and I really thought that he was really onto something. Because our youth is our future. You know what I'm saying? As he was saying, our youth is our future. We need to start changing our mindset, and it actually does start with what we put inside our bodies, our temple. And so, like, when I read that, you know, helping you find your own superpower, my superpower being, you know, stopping time, but actually finding your own inner superpower, which is like mental health, awareness, and getting better, eating better.
Yes.
I think that's something that really needs to be celebrated. And I really do hope people that are listening take the time to get on Amazon. I'm doing your plug, Chris.
I paid him for that, y'all. I did pay him to come.
He's earning that $2.
Get online.
And what's that book? What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
Vitality Quest. Right?
There we go.
Oh,
There we go.
hashtag Vitality Quest T. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, you know. Hey, for real, man. But hey, all the love to y'all, to the king.
I need you to send me some mixes. I need you to send me some more mixes. We'll come and visit.
Mixes? I got you.
Okay, thank you.
The streets is hungry, DJ Sins. Feed us.
Appreciate it, T.
Appreciate
I got you covered, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.
All right, brother.
Peace.
Much love.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, we here with Chris in here. You want to get some? He said, "Isom."
Oh my
He's ready for it. He's ready for it.
I'm
Call
gonna
up.
need you to stick to coaching and teaching too.
I thought, but look, the phone's ringing. They want to get some.
That part.
He said, "Isom." We're ready for it. That's the type of stuff we talk about, though. You are making us realize. There are some listeners right now that are saying, you know what? I didn't even realize I need to be focusing on my kids' mental health.
That part.
I need to make them aware.
Yeah.
I need them to understand how they treat, how they focus on things, and or maybe they're not as focused as they need to be. So, man, you helping us out so much, Chris.
And just to kind of piggyback off of that, man, we have to model what success looks like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And
That's
so, again, it goes back to that self-discovery and we have to actually put those tools into place, into the practice, because our kids are impressionable. Y'all know that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
And so if we
Yes.
model that, they're going to model it as well. And
Come
so
on.
going back to sports or anything in any endeavor in life,
Right.
man, we have to make sure that we are good stewards of the blessings God gave us, which is our youth, our communities. And we have to make sure that we are modeling those behaviors in which we try to educate our youth on. And so I think that part and that component right there, man, as opposed to looking outward, we got to still go in with a lot of that.
Happy Friday. You're alive on the morning grind.
Happy Friday. Good morning. Good morning, Bliss. Chris, how y'all doing?
Hey. I like it.
What up, Big
Key?
I already know.
Hey, my man. I just wanted to call in and express my gratitude and blessings on this man and share with you guys. He's one of the first friends I met when I moved down to Austin, and he's created nothing but, positive emotions and pushed me forward in life, and I just am so thankful for this guy.
Hey, Keith, my brother, I appreciate you, man, and likewise, man. It's been a pleasure knowing you for about a year, bro. So I appreciate you, man, and I appreciate the support with the book and just your friendship as well, man.
Hey, I before you go, I gotta ask you a question since you called the morning show. You about to get it. You're on the spot. Now he came in here with this body
my
looking like an
question was-
action figure. I want to know. Are you intimidated? Like, is he your bully and he forced you to call in? Because I see what he looked like.
Is he my what? I'm sorry?
Is he your bully? And did he throw you in the headlock and make you call in and give us the good vibes?
Oh, man, no. When I heard this man's voice on the radio, and it just got me the chills, so I had to, just give everyone a shout out.
All right. Okay, we appreciate it.
He's an educator, too, by the way, y'all.
Okay.
Oh.
Awesome. Well, thank you for calling and giving some love. Appreciate you.
Big Keith.
Man, you guys keep rocking the day and have a blessed one.
You
Thanks.
Be
too.
blessed, brother.
That's awesome. I'm gonna tell you this. I can feel it. Those two. I made the joke.
Yeah.
But DJ Sins and Keith.
And Keith.
Man, you could tell the excitement about when they're talking about you. They're smiling, brother. You a beacon, man. You are a light, and I think you know that. But it ain't nothing wrong. What do we always say? Give flowers.
Give the flowers.
Like I can say that.
Yeah.
And I know you might have already got that 2 or 3 times today. And here's the other thing. Next time you come back, man, bring your dad.
Man.
Oh, that would be
That
nice.
dude sound like an
That would-
amazing gentleman.
I tell people this all the time, and I say it to the day. I've never met a man ever like my father.
Oh.
Ever.
Of course,
You get what
yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
And a
Awesome.
lot of kids
That's beautiful.
cannot say that.
No.
That's right.
And I don't care how old I get, I still say that. You know what I mean? And I think that's powerful. And of course, my mother, going back to the light, this big beacon of light, man.
Yeah.
And I think that dynamic between the two, man, they produce some good.
Yeah.
I say this humbly, but they
I was
produce
gonna
some
say
good
now.
fruit.
I was just
sound
going to
like
say
it.
now. I know, yeah, we're gonna invite Dad, but I'm
Yeah.
a proud mother, and you gotta invite Mama.
got to invite
You
Mama,
gotta
too.
have a balance,
Yeah,
honey.
boy.
You
Yeah.
gotta have a
That
balance.
part. And my sister, shout out to my sister
There you
too.
go.
So when my mom wasn't there, as far as
Yolanda?
how did you know?
Well, you said
said
it.
it.
You said it. Are we paying attention? She's our Chris, let me remind
That's
you.
right.
She's our favorite. You are the silver medalist.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's-
I hate to have to bring that to you
know
again,
what?
but I can tell he's in a good place because you're taking it well.
Yeah.
Every time I remind you that, you don't have a twitch or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no.
You're all right with it.
Off air though. It's on.
we got to talk. Out there, we got to talk.
Yeah.
No, and Malcolm. I mean, just hearing what they did for you, Malcolm and Yolanda, it sounds like you guys and the path that y'all are on. Yeah, your parents said, man, that's what we talk about. That's the good parenting right there.
It's necessary, man. And again, I can only give what was given to me, my brother.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, shout out to my friends, Big Keith, Terrence for calling, my brother Como. There's a host of others, Patrice, Ashley, who helped me edit the book.
Oh.
Got to give her some love.
Yeah.
It's so many people that I would like to thank, man. But of course, everybody who I'm not mentioning. But I think my cousin Ty, who's been a very integral part in my own personal growth as far as brotherhood. I think
sir.
that's important too. Let's talk about it,
Yes.
men. So this month is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. Last month was Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yeah.
And then also too in May was Mental Health Awareness Month as a whole. And as society is understanding like, yo, our mental health well-being from the things that we consume, whether it be foods or the thought processes from others, the things we consume on TV. Yo, this mental health thing is important now. Part of mental health as well is we're communal people. That's how God created us.
Yeah.
And so having another brother or brotherhood or sisterhood and community, y'all know back in the day, it took a village to raise a kid.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of
Still
get a
does.
little bit.
Still does.
Miss Marla said
I'm leaning on people weekly to help me with my kids.
See, and y'all know what? And I'll say this too, for the sake of time. See, this is how I've been blessed. Now, I do want a wife and kids, right? But I have been blessed in this sense. I don't have any kids right now.
Wait, you single?
Yeah.
Oh,
He getting ready to sell
Ain't no-
you off.
had to
He
come out
done
here.
put you
Hold on,
on.
I got a couple
He gonna put
cousins.
you on the board. And
I got a couple
selling this one.
I'm in a fraternity. I know some ladies, some sorority ladies that are out there that they on the hunt.
Okay.
I got some kids that I coach that the dad ain't in the picture and mama still holding it together. Man,
Yeah.
when we talk off air, maybe I could float you a little
Let's see
something.
what's
A little
up.
float you.
I know I got a beautiful niece in Chicago. She
Oh!
graduated from college. Let me stop. She's a social worker. And,
This is turned into dating with Chris. So.
Yeah, we tried, and then you saw how quick that was. We threw like 5 or 6.
Yo, for real.
I'm like, sheesh, you won't even write none of that down. This was happening to you all the time.
Yeah, man, it's love though. It's love. But I do get speaking of the light and just having that inner self-awareness, man, emotional intelligence. Man, it's been prayed over me for a lot of years too by the elders. You know what I'm saying? And this is how I look at life. Man, if you can make the elders proud of you,
come on.
see, your peers is one thing, and then also to the youth, because you can be around the youth. They get excited about a lot of stuff.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Even when it comes to like in the book with the smoothies, if I bring a smoothie around, Coach, what is that? What is that? Let me, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But man, when you can make the elders proud,
Come on.
man, y'all,
Yeah.
that right there
Yeah.
is what does it for me.
Yeah.
And so, man, I'm just here as a vessel. And of course, I want to take care of myself too and live a good life. But also too, I've given my life up for a lot of things too, and for a good cause. And so, like I say, if I can make the elders happy, my parents, even those that are older, man, that's what's worth living for me, man.
He
Wow.
set us up when Mama and them.
Yeah.
Could talk when
Yes.
Sister Jenkins in church be like, baby, I see what Chris doing.
so proud of you.
Doing it. So you doing it right, doing it well. You said you got a couple events coming up,
Yeah.
and we would love to hear a little info,
Right.
So people can, because the most important thing is going forward. How can people stay in tune?
Okay, cool.
And get what they can. They might want to collaborate if they want to seek out and be involved. What are some of the events you got?
Yeah, man. So next Saturday, I'll be at Idea Palmer Park. And so it's going to be a youth day, a youth event. I'll be a vendor out there. I'll be promoting my book as well. Also have a little bit of smoothies and things of that nature. Every Friday, you guys can catch me at Flow Yoga. So if you guys didn't think that there was black people doing yoga, guess what? Every Friday morning.
Did I say that out
10:30,
loud?
Somebody said it.
I did. Because they come at me with that.
Yep,
You know
yep,
what I'm saying?
all
I'm
the
like,
time.
come on now.
Yeah, and
You
so
know.
we got that, and then also too next on the 29th we got the Brave Fest. And so the Brave Fest is going to be at Antone's, and it's going to be it's going to be a music extravaganza. There's also too in my portion there's going to be y'all should come. It's open to
Antone's
the
is
public.
one of our friends.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Friend of the show.
Antone's.
Friend of the station.
Oh, yeah. So y'all gotta be there.
That's our cousin.
Yeah. So Miss Emlyn Lee, she hosts the Brave Fest, man. She does a lot of great work in the community. So I'll be there as well, talking about the book. That's gonna be kids and just really trying to educate people on again mental health and well-being, physical education, and proper nutrition. So that's what I got going on this month. It's a whole host of other things that I got going on. You guys can find me on Instagram at IsomZone, ISOMZone. The book, you can find it on Amazon. Just type in Vitality Quest, Unlocking the Inner Hero, or Vitality Quest. In addition to that, you guys can also purchase it on my website at www.vitalityquest20 2024.com. Again, that's www.vitalityquest2024.com, man. So we're just trying to get this book into as many hands, as many people as possible. That extends beyond Austin, extends beyond this state of Texas. I got a few opportunities that's coming up potentially in Indiana, as well as, of course, Louisiana. And my homeboy is connecting me with some spaces in Tennessee as well. So we just not getting the ball rolling. And hopefully, and Lord willing, it's going to spread like wildflowers, brother.
Yeah.
They listening down in Houston, I should let you know.
H-Town.
Hey.
Oh, they
I can look. San Antonio.
Okay.
Mexico, actually.
Oh,
Nuevo Leon. And we got some. Berlin just woke up.
Hey.
Berlin, Germany.
Okay.
And
love.
Amsterdam.
Hey.
That's why I kind of want to go party a little bit.
They trying to get their hooks in you.
See what it was? I don't know if it's the book or y'all was trying to hook me up. They probably like, wait a minute.
I know. People
See,
listening now.
people listening,
They
yeah.
calling, hey,
Yeah.
calling up their sister, their cousin. This dude right now.
Pennsylvania is tuned in.
Oh, the Keystone State.
Come on. And you know, like always, our West Coast always. But this is not Sacramento, my people. This Alameda, California.
Oh, I know it
So-
well. I know it well.
Yeah, no, but my I got people there. So like when we were part of that Great Migration, some of my people went to Chicago. Some went to California, some went to Oregon and Philadelphia.
Okay.
So we kind of all over. Yeah.
And her clique that she grew up with, they run Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They don't
Don't
talk
believe
about
that.
bumpy knuckles or Capone. It's Marla and them.
Marla and
her cousins,
He's a nut.
her uncles. Just a bunch
Well, my
of
uncle
Cadillacs.
was kind of connected.
Look. So in other words, don't mess with Miss Marla. Do not.
If you wanna be able to keep feeding those smoothies to your body with your own arm attached, brother.
My people will give you the hookup on the ingredients. No.
Plug for the low. Look.
You're like, Miss Marla, where these papayas coming from? Don't ask those questions. Do you want them or not?
I got some people
why
out
they
of the
keep
country.
getting delivered in the back of this
family
Cadillac?
in Mexico, so you know.
What?
It might have been through marriage, but we still got family
that's
in
family,
Mexico.
nonetheless.
That's family.
See
You
what
learn
I'm
other
saying?
cultures blending together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And
It's a beautiful thing.
I love that. I love that. And I'll say this last thing, and I know we got to go. Again, if you guys purchase the book, you're going to see a kaleidoscope of different races and ethnicities in the book because, like you just said, we got to bring our people together.
Yes.
There's so much division in this world, but man,
Come on.
it's about the cohesion. It's about the yokeness. It's about the union. It's about community. And so, again, man, I'm thankful to be here. Y'all got to invite me back on.
Hey.
Now, y'all here.
You
in
have an
Amsterdam?
open door here.
We like you,
Okay.
brother.
Okay.
Yes,
We like you.
open door.
See, like-
And especially you're an educator.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're an advocate for mental health.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we are Austin Community Radio. We serve the community.
Okay.
So you yourself are always welcome because we need that kind of energy out in our community.
Yes, I appreciate
We
that.
need people to help build, and that's kind of our thing we want to do. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back out in that community and help build
Yeah.
our people back up.
For sure, for sure.
You
And
know
I
what
don't
I'm
mind
saying?
being a community liaison for you guys or whoever else, man, that needs that for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Louisiana. I don't know what
Louisiana don't want
Bell
that?
Chase.
But they listen.
How y'all are? Yeah.
She's speaking every time.
I see. Something special about
I love
this lady.
travel.
The
I love
international
travel.
Marla.
So yeah.
So
It's
check
soon,
this out.
soon.
Speaking of travel, y'all, I told you this off air. Man, so we talk a lot of this self-care.
Yes.
But I tell people all the time, traveling is the thing that I love the most, but it's the thing that I've been doing the least of. So y'all, I got to
Slow it down,
practice.
Chris.
I got to slow it down.
Yeah, you help. I appreciate you getting out, helping us, and
Taking care of the kids,
bruh,
coaching, mentoring. But
you're gonna need to step back and take a
yeah.
breath yourself.
That
Vacation.
part.
Nothing wrong with that.
That
Nothing
part.
wrong with vacation.
Yeah.
That part.
See, you've been working all year.
Yes.
You're supposed to take a little bit off in the summer, but you've been working all year.
And we know this,
So,
Chris.
You got to take a
You
little
ain't even got to
vacation.
tell us. We know it.
Okay.
We can see.
Yeah.
We can see that you a go getter.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, but you still, like you said, self-care.
Okay.
Self-care.
That part.
That's how I had to get back into doing some yoga because I have sciatica. But I swear I did. I've been doing my walking now. I'm like, yeah.
512-836-2887. Hey, if you want to take a cruise to a tropical island with action figure body Chris Isom over here, call up and convince this brother to
he
head to
will
a beach
sell
with
you. He will sell you.
Hey, keep it coming, man. Look.
Pimping is pimping. And I am going to make sure you gonna get some numbers. I'm just trying to get you to get away.
I love. Hey, man, it's all love. Y'all keep coming, man. Keep coming.
It's all love. You keep it up, and we're gonna make you fill out the application here at the radio station.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
Let's do it.
I ain't lying.
Also, too, y'all. So ladies, fill out the application. I'm seconding what they said. Oh man, it's love, man. But also too, y'all, if there's a need to speak with the youth at a school, any function, not even youth, man, just people in general, to be honest with you about these topics.
Yes,
I'm open for that as well. You guys can also find me on Gmail, rather.
Okay.
Just Isom Wellness at gmail.com.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to tap in, if you need some private coaching in terms of, like you just said, as far as your body, your mind, I'm open for that too. And again, you guys can find me at Flow Yoga every Friday mornings at 10:30. So,
and let me go ahead and invite you August 24th at the Doris Miller Auditorium. We will be celebrating 42 years of serving this community. I would love to invite you to come out. Get up on that stage for at least 5 minutes and give a little speech.
Listen,
motivate my people.
y'all
What about
hearing
it? What
right
about it?
now? I'm saying yes. Count me in.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, for
Okay,
sure.
cool.
The 24th, right?
August 24th. That's a
Okay.
Saturday.
It's done. Consider it done.
Yes, we're gonna be down there. We're gonna be down there from 4 to 9.
Okay.
Unless we party a little bit too much and end up at 10. But and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be live entertainment.
Okay.
Food. People be out there. So
Okay.
it'd be wonderful for you to be there. Also.
Count me in.
For the
Gotcha.
streets. For the streets. What you wearing? You gonna have on a tight shirt or you know what you
Now, listen. I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
Lord.
form fitting?
My birthday just came up. I told them June 4th, right? And so I'm trying to be a little bit more mature because typically you can find me with my shirt off or a tight shirt, but I might. I know to wear large. I might wear medium.
See that, people? I did that for y'all.
Trying to show out.
Make sure he understand the assignment. We want to hear from you, but we want to see you too. We want to enjoy seeing you.
Like this vitality quest. Let's see.
We're saying see you then, and we mean it.
Mr.
Man.
Chris, I want to thank you for coming on.
Yes.
And oh my God, you're so inspirational. And give us the name of that book one more time.
Vitality Quest: Unlocking Your Inner Hero.
I love it. I love it. So what happens like in a couple of years when you got like millions of people, millions of young folks saying, I'm a hero because of you?
Man, the vision, that I could see that, and I would love for that to happen, man. Because if I know that this book is a medium and a tool and an extension of myself and an expression of self and what God has put in me, man, if kids can come back or families even,
because it's gonna take us. Me as a parent, I want to read it first. You know what I'm saying? I want to read it, so then it's gonna help me to guide my kid. Okay, read this, baby.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
because even though it has these characters on the front, people like, okay,
the characters are so they just make you want to grab the book,
make you want to grab it,
and I'm like, oh, what's that?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, what?
Yeah, and get lost
Yes,
inside.
it's
in
so
the
engaging.
That
Yes,
part, and so when you talk about breathing exercises, and when you talk about eating smoothies, all of these things, that's not just reduced to our youth.
Come on now,
like you
that's
said,
right?
Everybody can indulge into this, and so again,
yes.
holistically, I think our adult population as well as our youth can find a lot of benefit, y'all. So,
all right, so yeah, we gotta go.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
y'all.
Chris Isom, everyone. Chris Isom.
I know.